there, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to Motivational Monday. Today I'm talking about motivation. We've been covering loads and loads of different subjects and topics over the last few weeks. I think I've got loads of these videos now. I'll link up the playlist below in case you're new to my channel and you can go and take a look, or take a look in case you've missed any. There have been so many things that I've discussed. It's been a really fun journey. So let me know if you enjoy the Motivational Mondays, and also if I haven't covered anything that you would like covered, or if you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to talk about on these Mondays, please do let me know. Today I'm going to be creating a motivational board. Now you may recognize this board. I did it as a goals board when I first started these videos. Actually, it was one I picked up in Poundland for £2, but I haven't been using it as a goals board, and it's just been sat on the side here. I think because I've been now changing things up and I've been writing out my goals in my planner, this has kind of been forgotten. And I have kind of been working on like a wall here, a bit of a gallery wall, and I thought this would be really good as a motivational board, like a vision board, if that makes sense. I've kind of lost my way with like future visions, and I need to be motivated again, just not for things right now, but for things in the future. Now, my lovely friend Geraldine, this is something she talks about quite often, sort of having a vision in your mind, something that you really want. And she's done lots of ways, like creating boards, and she has a little bag and she keeps things that, like, for example, she really wanted a new house and she visited a house that she really liked, took a stone from the driveway that then went into her little bag. She ended up buying the house, and just she has lots and lots of things in her bag. I'll link her channel up anyway because she's really inspirational. But I'm thinking like future of things that I would like to achieve, and that's what I'm going to be using my board for. Now I'm going to share something quite personal with you. I thought about sharing it quite some time ago and I didn't because I felt it was too personal. But I thought this does actually go quite perfect with this. And I was going through, when I was doing my handbag declutter actually, I had a notebook in there and I'd been journaling in my notebook, and I found this book from, or rather this journal page from, must have been about 4 or 5 years ago, and I'd actually journaled in there what my hopes for the future were. And at the time we were getting by, but it was, you know, sometimes sort of a bit trickier than others, and we were generally visiting Florida every kind of like 2 to 3 years. And I'd written in there that my goal was to be able to visit Florida yearly, to be able to have longer holidays, because at the time we were going for 2 weeks, and also to eventually own somewhere in Florida. And it really took me back, because I don't remember creating the page, but it's there in black and white that in my writing I've written that in there on a journal page. And now looking back all these years later, since 2017, 2016, we've been going to the States yearly. We've been so lucky, and our trips have now been, they've extended to like 3 and 4 week trips now. We feel really fortunate. But I've been working my butt off. I work 7 days a week, most evenings, most days, and it's obviously paying off. And I don't think it's until sometimes you actually look back and then you realize what you've actually achieved, and that's exactly how that made me feel. And then obviously we haven't bought in Florida, but we signed up to Disney's DVC last year, which is like a Disney version of timeshare, and that's enabling us to be able to visit more frequently, to go over to the States as well. So it's really changed our lives. And I thought, actually, because I do have goals for the future, and that's something now that I want to work on today, so I'm going to be setting up this little vision board today. Obviously I picked this up in Poundland, but you could create it on a chalkboard. You can pick up like little boards like that in Poundland for £1. Or the Works sell them as well. You could do a pin board, you could have a frame and clip things inside as well. So anything goes, or even just a piece of card that you want on your desk, or even as a dashboard inside your planner. So I'm going to set this up with you right now. So here's my board. I've taken off the old bits and pieces, but I am actually going to go around the outside and give the frame a new coat of paint. And now I'm going to leave this to dry. I might have to give it a couple of coats in a couple of places. So whilst the board's drying, the frame, I'm actually going to go through and show you a few things that I've selected to go on the board. I had these stickers already. I've had them ages actually. They're like word strip stickers, and they're quite good for what I'm wanting. And I've got these little cards here, so I've added some of them to the cards. I want it all to be quite colourful because for me, I find colour, vibrant colour, really motivational. So like here on this one, I've added look on the bright side and choose to see the good stuff. So that will appear, and then I've got this one here, and I've put on there sometimes you have to take chances and keep moving forward. And this one is more of a creative one because obviously I'm a very creative person. I've then also got a couple of photos. I've taken a family shot here. I've printed off this one, and this to me is really important. Our trips to Disney, it's what I live for, what I save for, and I would like to keep them going for as long as possible. I know the kids are getting older now, but even if Ada and I carry on going and then the kids join us, but this one says there is nothing like a dream to create the future. Now this one is a huge dream, and I know it probably will never come true, but Ada and I talk about moving to Georgia in the US lots. We'd always spoken about moving over to the States. We both have connections, big connections with the States anyway. Aid works for an American company, and obviously my dad lives over there, and we just love our trips there. But it wasn't until we took our recent trip and we did a Walking Dead tour in Senioa in Georgia, we completely fell in love with Georgia. I love Tennessee, I love Virginia, I love all those areas, they're so green, but there's something about Georgia that we both really fell in love with. I'll link up that video below for you. You don't have to be a Walking Dead fan to enjoy the video. It's just beautiful, and you will see why we love that little town so much. For us, it was perfect. It was green, it was clean, near bigger places as well, but the actual town had this tiny little main street, quirky little boutiques, coffee shops, cafes, and we just love walking. Every day we try and walk, and we could just really see ourselves living there, and the houses were so cheap compared to where we live. This house in particular took our fancy. It's called the Pudding House, and this featured in The Walking Dead, and it was just, everything was so cheap out there, and I've always loved the little porchways, and that is my perfect house. I hate my house where I am, I really do. It's not where I ended up. It was bought as a flip it will be 21 years ago in July. It's still never been finished, and then I just look over at this, and this is what I would like. But that also takes me on to another one. I just went onto Pinterest. I would love an open planned kitchen. Our house is so small and everything just feels very tight, and I would love to knock a wall down, which is easier said than done in our house because there's so many complications. I would love to go open planned, so I popped that on, and it says on there, see possibilities everywhere. And then I forgot to say, I put my wish on there, what we would like to do in Georgia, and that one says hold on tight to your dreams. So they are like my what I live for. And then I've also got, I filled out my current travel bucket list, and then I've just also got a few little zippity doodah, and do your best to enjoy your day. I think that's an important reminder. So I have got those to go on my vision board, but you could have whatever you fancy. If you would love a dog one day, have a picture of a dog. If you would like to move house, you could have your ideal house on there. Go onto Pinterest, find photos, copy and paste, print them off, just anything that's your dream. If you've always wanted to go to Disney and you've never been, stick that on there. Anything that you can dream of, put it on your board. So the board's going really well. It's still quite sticky, but I can never wait. I get really excited. Everything is on there. I'm now adding like all the little quotes and things from the sticker sheet. I do have this word love. Just using this acrylic paint marker. These go on really easily and they dry really fast as well. I will link these up for you. They come in a set in lots of colours. And I've just used some hot glue on there to stick that on, and that's going to go across the bottom there. Actually, let's move that over slightly. So let me know if you're going to make one as well. Obviously you don't have to do a big framed piece like this. You could do a smaller scale on a chipboard, on a chalkboard. You could do it in a frame. You can do it in the front of your planner. I would love to know if you're going to do one as well. And if you would like to share what you've done, why don't you come and join us in the Lollipop chat group. It's free to join, and everyone shares ideas. They inspire one another. It's such a cool place to hang out. There's always different creations and things going on in there. I'll leave that link. It's the Lollipop Box Club chat group, and like I said, the link for that is below. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. I hope you have found it inspiring. I do wish you a wonderful week. I'm doing a Disney challenge, a Disney DIY challenge with my brother on Wednesday. We went to Poundland, and so that's coming Wednesday. Friday, I'm hoping that we've pulled something off in the house, a DIY, so I'm hoping to be able to share that with you. And Saturday, I'm talking trip planning, so I have a trip planning video coming up for you as well. So I do hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you are excited about what I've got planned for you this week. Please do drop me a line, let me know down below what you're up to this week. Have you got anything exciting going on? And obviously, if you're going to make one of those motivational vision boards as well. Have a great week. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you don't already. Remember, I am on Instagram and I post daily. You can find me on my personal account, The Funky Fairy, and the business account as well, Lollipop Box Club. Thank you so much. Bye. Just wanted to show you, I've ended up adding some extra bits and pieces. I've added a really cute little clip, and I've also added a Starbucks clip there as well that I bought off Etsy some time ago, and a couple of flare as well. And then I also added this cute little charm that I bought from Daisy from My Green Cow, and it just hangs there, and I just think it looks really cute. I'm really pleased with my board.